I said, what would your life look like if you truly believed that God was with you every single moment? Let me ask you this. What would your life look like if we truly believed that God is able to do in our lives what he says he will do? Meet our every need, keep our minds with peace, lead and guide and direct us. One of the things that I speak over this church is Psalm said, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain. So I say, Father, thank you that our labor is not in vain because you're building Christ Church. The gates of hell will not prevail against the church because God, this church, your church is set up on a rock. These are things that I do as a pastor and as a leader of Christ Church because there's times where, like Jay mentioned, there were times that I would think about, oh, I got August 26th. I got to go get another loan. It's 8.75 and blah, blah, blah. And people, well, you ain't going to get no better interest than that. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you, if you get any better interest, you better thank your lucky stars. No, I'm not going to look to the stars because Jeremiah said, no, I'm not thinking lucky stars. I'm believing God. But God, 6.2 in a 10-year. Now, you guys know more about that seriously than I do. I've been just learning this over the last couple of years since the Lord said, get the building paid, get ready. And that's what we've been doing. But from what I understand, so in 2 months, 2 regular payments, but 4 principal payments, we're 6 months already into a 10-year loan, and we ain't even had it 2 months already. Isn't that good news? And here's the better news. We haven't beat you over the head. You didn't get a letter. Well, Terry, we've been looking at your giving records recently, and now some of you laugh, but you've gotten those letters, haven't you? Well, we've been looking at your giving, and we noticed your giving's a little down, and if you want to, you better get right, or you're going to get left, or, all this silly mess, No. The Lord's dropped that in our heart. We just started working toward it, and step by step, he opened it up with the refi, which immediately saved your money and things. So what I'm trying to say is I had a lot of opportunity to try to get dismayed, get discouraged, begin to let things break me down. But I thought, you know what, God, you called us to this 15 years ago. This wasn't my idea. I was on the road, traveling, living the dream, man. And then you said, go start a church. I'm like, really? You sure you're not calling somebody else? You sure it's not Tommy Holsnick? He's got a big old piece of property out there. He's got a nice barn, hold a lot of folk out there with that and those dogs. It'll be great. No, you're going to go out there at that hotel. Well, what did I have to do? I had to be willing to say, all right,